Did you ever think about something like this? How many English words that you actually use in everyday life? For example, words like this. What makes it even more interesting is that most of us do not even realize that the English words we casually slip into our daily conversations are actually part of a sociolinguistic phenomenon. For those of you who are not familiar with sociolinguistics, do not need to be worried. Kade is here to explain it all to you. Hi there, baby! Welcome to the second episode of In the Game. Just like in the first episode, today Kade will once again explore the world of gaming while combining it with a rather unique discussion. In the Game slash Sociolinguistics. In the previous episode, Kade discussed gaming alongside a sociolinguistic phenomenon known as sociolect. If you are curious about what sociolect actually is, feel free to check out the previous video. The link is available in the description below. This time, however, Kade will be discussing something slightly different, the sociolinguistic phenomena of code switching and code mixing. Earlier in the video, Kade asked, did you ever think about how often you insert English words into your everyday conversations? To make things easier to understand, Kade will first explain what code switching and code mixing actually are. Code switching and code mixing are linguistic phenomena in which someone uses two or more languages in a single conversation. Code switching occurs when a speaker switches languages between two different sentences or clauses, while code mixing is the insertion of words or phrases from one language into another within a single sentence. In a journal of current direction in psychological science written by Roberto R. Heredia and Janet Altariba with the title Bilingual Language Mixing, Why the Bilingual Code Switch, the researchers stated that in the early stages of bilingualism, bilingual speakers usually depend more on their first language, so their code switching often involves inserting elements of their first language while speaking their second language. However, once the second language becomes more dominant, the pattern tends to reverse, with speakers more frequently inserting elements of the second language while communicating in their first language. Although we often practice code switching and code mixing in our daily lives, Gade would now like to take all of us into the world of gaming, a space where the use of English is incredibly common. So common, in fact, that many people may not even realize they are using English gaming terms. In the previous video, there were already plenty of gaming terms mentioned, such as NT, GG, S, gameplay, mechanic, as well as game objectives like turret, dot, and turtle. There are also character rules such as assassin, tank, fighter, marksman, support, and match. Those of you who play Mobile Legends Bang are probably already aware that all of these terms originate from English. Because these gaming terms are frequently used in everyday conversations among gamers, sociolinguistic phenomena such as code switching and code mixing naturally emerge. First of all, Kado will show several examples of code switching and code mixing in everyday life. After that, we will examine how Mobile Legends Bang players use similar patterns and then categorize them into code switching or code mixing. Here are the examples of code switching in everyday life. You can pause this video. And here are the examples of code mixing in everyday life. You can pause this video. Now, let us take a closer look at the differences. Now, if some of you are still unsure about the distinction, let us take at examples used by Mobile Legends Bang players themselves, whether in comment section or during the gameplay. From there, we can simply classify them into either code switching or code mixing. After separating the examples into code switching and code mixing categories, we can now understand that for bilingual speakers, this is actually something that happens quite naturally. You have probably experienced things like this in your daily life without even noticing, haven't you? Kade personally experienced something similar some time ago, and it eventually became the beginning of my identity crisis. A moment where me did not fully feel like an Indonesian, yet also did not feel completely fluent or fully connected to English either. However, Kade eventually realized that these experiences are also what shaped the person Kade is today, whether as someone who uses one language or both. The same can also be said for many people around us who go through similar experiences. This is simply a part of our everyday lives. Therefore, phrases such as, "you're trying too hard to sound English," really should not be used so casually in our country. Because in reality, we all use elements of English in our daily lives, often without even realizing it. And kind of suppose that this is all for today's video. Hopefully, we can meet again in the next episode of In the Game. If you enjoy discussion like this, please leave a like. If you have any recommendation, feel free to write them in the comment section. And if you have ever experienced something similar yourself, do share your story in the comments as well. Don't forget to subscribe. And bye bye, baby.